Today on the TMZ Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the TMZ Podcast. I'm Charlie Cotton and joining me today is Eric Colley. How are you, Eric?
I'm good. Welcome back.
Thank you very much. It's good to be back. I'm very tired.
Yeah, you just got back, right?
I just got back last night. We spent some time with my parents from Australia over in the Florida Keys, the beautiful Florida Keys.
It is beautiful over there.
It is spectacular.
Yeah.
I love the beaches, man, the weather. I mean, it's winter and it's just like perfect.
Yeah, but you live in California. It's always beaches and weather perfect here, too.
I know. It's nice to go back
It's
to
a different
California.
vibe. It's totally a different vibe, though, in the Keys.
But I missed the podcast. And everyone, I listened to a bit of the podcast. Everyone did a great job. Branson did a great job on the podcast. Everyone, Wild did a great job.
Right.
But I'm back now.
And there's
back in the chair.
so much to get into. This is a big day.
This is a very big day. The NFL Conference Championships were yesterday, so there's only one thing people are talking about today.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift.
Of course.
We'll get into all of that. It seems there's one person in the world who's into Justin Timberlake's new music.
Right. Britney Spears.
Britney Spears.
Cancel her.
Right. Actually, I wrote that. I thought of that line before I listened to the music, and I actually don't mind it. I listened to the songs, and I was like, actually, this is not as bad as people are saying.
The Justin song?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right.
Okay, we'll get into it. We have some real beef in rap right now. Like, often I think that these are pretend just to get clicks and that sort of stuff. But Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion are coming for each other in a way that I haven't seen in a long time.
They are both going so hard on
I
these
know.
songs.
I love it.
Yeah.
Also, we're introducing a new segment, a recurring daily segment to the TMZ podcast, Almost News. I mean, a lot of these stories we talk about we could consider almost news, but we're going to talk every day. We're going to finish with the almost news, like something that, you know, isn't like that meaty, but God, it's funny, or God, it's good. Right. And so
it's almost news.
It's almost.
And you're an almost newscaster.
Yeah, so, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, it tracks.
So we'll get into that at the end. But to begin with, Taylor Swift, she was at the game yesterday. Travis Kelce, played incredible. I watched it on my plane home. He was outstanding. Anyone who's talking about a Taylor Swift curse, like myself.
Except for the Ravens fans who are saying this was just bad calls and that it's all rigged. I love that you've seen all the people thinking that the NFL has rigged all of this just because they want Taylor Swift to be at the Super Bowl.
I saw those TikToks. One of the TikToks was about how they put a ref on the game who notoriously calls decisions against the home team. So Baltimore was the home team, and they put on the worst umpire for home teams so that the Chiefs would win. I mean, I don't think it impacted the result. Kansas City are just like, right. Are you into football?
No,
not
but
really.
This is exciting.
I'm into it. You know, for an Australian, I'm quite into it.
Right.
And Kansas City, man, Patrick Mahomes is just unbeatable.
That's the thing. They've been to 4 of the last 5 Super Bowls. Like, clearly they're a good team.
They
don't
incredible.
Need to every time if you lose now, it's just everything's rigged. But no, they won. Taylor Swift very happy about it. Right after the game, of course, hugging Travis. Appears to have said "I love you."
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got all the army of lip readers that come out every time Taylor Swift shows up. But the question is, will she be at the Super Bowl or not? Because I think she has a show in Japan.
Yes,
that day, I think.
Well, the answer is yes. She will. It would have been interesting if she had a show on Super Bowl day.
Yeah.
I don't know if she scheduled her tour so that she didn't, but I don't think her and Travis were that hot and heavy when she scheduled these tour dates.
Oh,
but
anyway, had to have been done months and months ago. So.
But anyway, yeah, she finishes up in Tokyo on the Friday night. We'll fly. It takes a long time from Tokyo. We'll fly, get in on Saturday, have a nice rest on Saturday night, and be at the Super Bowl on Sunday to probably see the Chiefs win again. Like, I can't see him ever getting beaten ever.
Yeah, no.
I'd love to call Taylor Swift curse after they get beaten because it's just fun to do, but it's just not going to happen.
It's like, it's the funny thing to me, like a lot of her fans are like so protective of her and like, oh, poor Taylor and all this. She is the most popular woman on the planet. Her boyfriend is the quarterback that's going to win the Super Bowl.
Not quarterback. Like, you just
or not quarterback. You're right, but you know what I mean. Like
tight end.
The tight end. But like it's the popular kids in school.
Didn't she sing a song like "You're on the bleachers"?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She's like the sad girl in the bleachers, and she's not the cheerleader. Well, she's the cheerleader now, and her boyfriend's the most popular football player in the world. So
it's a song.
You
know what I mean?
It's win-win-win all across the board.
Win-win-win. And like, I do believe in their relationship now, but I also think it's somewhat of a sort of like, you know how they have holiday romance? I know that, but this is like the opposite of that, where they're both really busy at work. And she's got a big tour and she's on top of the world. He's about to play in the Super Bowl on top of the world. They don't have that much time to sort of like relax and have just some free time on their
That's
hands.
what is this going to be like when she's not on tour and he's in the off season?
Well, that is going to be the test. That will
Right.
be like, is their relationship real? Because at the moment, there's not that much time or space in your mind to even occupy these. You're both so busy. And
Right.
so it'll be interesting when they
And
do
when,
have
and
that.
when they are together, it's her cheering him on, and usually he's winning, or it's him like seeing her at her concerts or whatever. It's this larger than life kind of thing. But what happens when you're just sitting watching Netflix and she's like, "Oh my god, this guy's so annoying,"
Yeah.
or he's like, "Oh god, she picks her teeth," or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. They're just
Yeah.
like those little relationship things. What I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, hopefully they can get through those sort of things. Everyone's here wanting a baby to come out.
I know.
But I mean, I think that, yeah, this is so fun for both of them right now. It's so good for their careers. We'll see, we'll see once the sort of like luster dies down, if it ever does,
Right.
how genuine all these
Well,
emotions are.
Either way, they win. Either they stay together and they're happy forever and they win, or they break up. He's infinitely more famous now
Right.
because of her, and then she has a whole album's worth of new material. So they win either way.
Unless, he cheats on her or something.
No, that's great for her.
That's great for her.
I mean, it would hurt, but it's eventually going to be great for her. That's like 3 #1 songs right there.
Oh, 100%.
Easy.
100%. And also, did you see, just on a Taylor Swift note, that she can impact this presidential election coming up? There was like a poll. They surveyed a bunch of people, and 18% of the voters they polled said that Taylor Swift's endorsement matters to them.
She's got a lot of power.
It's amazing that like one person can sway that many young people, probably.
Right. Well, that's, a lot of people think Oprah, I mean, she absolutely helped Obama win in 2008, and Taylor's the new Oprah in that sense.
Yeah.
People listen to her.
Her impact is just like so far and wide and in every different realm.
It's insane.
It's insane. Okay, on to our next story. Britney Spears has apologized to Justin Timberlake. I did not expect that to happen.
Did not expect this. Although she's always, even through the book and everything, when people came after him and the abortion thing and all that, she always kind of loved him or would say nice things about him or dance to his music and stuff. But yeah, she posted, if I offended any of the people I genuinely care about, I am deeply sorry, in reference to her book. And then she had a picture of Justin Timberlake on Jimmy Fallon. And she said, I also wanted to say I'm in love with Justin Timberlake's new song, Selfish. It is so good. And how come every time I see Justin and Jimmy together, I laugh so hard?
Okay.
She's co-signing
She's
on it.
laying it on pretty thick. Do you think Justin Timberlake's people reached out to her?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
I was going for that
That'd be a mistake
conspiracy.
for him. Yeah, no, for him to try and, because then if she's like, oh, Justin's people reached out and tried to make me say that I liked his new song, that could backfire so spectacularly.
So she either means it or she's just like, maybe she's
I think
a
she
sweet
means it.
person.
I think she is. It's interesting, because all her fans rallied around her, as they always do. So his new song is called Selfish. She has a completely different song called Selfish from her
Right.
2011 album, Femme
Right.
Fatale. They got her song to #1 on iTunes to knock his out. Just to
No.
troll him. Yeah. I mean, granted, iTunes is not what it was 20 years ago, so 1,000 copies could make the difference. But they all rallied together to send her Selfish to knock his Selfish out of the way.
I love that, actually.
But it's funny, Britney fans, they kind of come after anybody who supports Justin Timberlake at this point. So are Britney fans going to have to cancel Britney?
Right. Oh, are they going to have to change? Yeah, exactly. Maybe Justin Timberlake will be welcomed back into good graces of Britney fans.
Or they just have to turn on her?
I would like to see that.
Oh, that'll never happen.
Yeah. What do you think about, this is going to be his first album in 5 years. It's had mixed reviews. I mean, a lot of the reviews I read were bad, and so I was kind of like sadistically enjoying that. But then I had to listen to for myself this morning, and it's not bad.
Okay.
It's okay. It's not as bad as I was kind of hoping for.
It's not so far. It's early streaming numbers and stuff. It's not really setting the world on fire.
Okay.
So I don't think this is going to be the comeback hit he was hoping for. So I don't know. I think maybe people just want to hear his old music at this point.
That other guy on his song, what's that other song he's got? He's got Sanctified.
Sanctified, yeah.
And Toby someone.
I'm not sure.
I can't remember.
I'm not going to try and pronounce his last name.
That guy's a star, man.
Yeah, and the SNL performance live, Justin sang like He sounds great.
I mean, people kind of panned his SNL performance, like he's like waving his hands in the air, saying, "I'm still here. I'm still
Right.
funny. Remember me?" And it's like we remember you from 10 years ago when you were really hitting, and he hasn't really done much in 10. I mean, he did do the Super Bowl, but he hasn't really done
But
much.
people didn't like that either.
No, I
I
mean,
think people just want to see him fail at this point. There's a lot of people, no matter what he does, they just want to see him fail.
and like jokes aside, I consider myself one of those people. My question to you is why?
I
Why
don't even know why you want to.
I don't even know. I just
I
don't
think
really
one
like him.
because he came across as kind of arrogant when he was
Yeah.
popular, and people want to see him have this downfall. A lot of people also think that he's been like horrible to women throughout his career. Like when he talked about Britney and kind of alluded to her like being like kind of a
True.
like she. I don't want to do the exact quote, but remember he did an interview where he kind of joked about her like sleeping around and stuff or whatever.
Yes.
The whole thing with Janet Jackson, people are mad that he's the one who actually pulled the covering off of her breast. She got canceled and he's skated by fine. I guess they just feel like he's done all these things that are kind of problematic. Like he never beat anybody, nothing that severe, but like he just kind of was like that douchey guy that just skated by and always came out on top.
Yeah.
And like all the women suffered.
Oh, interesting.
Like Janet Jackson's career was ended. You know, Britney Spears, we know all the things that happened with her. And they're like, why does this guy just keep getting a pass?
Exactly. What do
So
you
now they're coming for him. And also, it doesn't help that he takes 5-6 years between albums.
Right.
And then it comes out and it's like, well, this just sounds like another Timbalandy sounding Justin
Yeah.
Timberlake song. Like,
Yes.
he hasn't really switched up his style much.
And I just feel sorry for those NSYNC guys, man. Where's their album? Where's their album?
Well, if it makes them feel better, that NSYNC song that came out last year did better than Justin's new song is doing. So,
Well, that's good. I mean, I think this might be the time that he just says, okay, I really do need to go back to NSYNC now, and like I need to.
it could be.
That would endear everyone, like the nostalgia behind that. I mean, we're surprised it hasn't happened already, but it's still. All right,
It's coming.
moving on. Real beef, not beyond or impossible. This is real beef.
This is real beef.
So Megan Thee Stallion, she came out with a new song called Hiss. And in Hiss, which is a pretty good track, to be honest, she fires a shot at Nicki Minaj saying, "These hoes don't be mad at Megan. These hoes be mad at Megan's Law." So Megan's Law is about registered sex offenders needing to register and that sort of stuff.
Right, it's the registry. When you register as a sex offender, which Kenneth Petty, Nicki Minaj's husband, is a registered sex offender. So it seems pretty clearly a shot at him and at Nicki.
Right. And so, like a day or two later, I don't know.
It was 2 days after Hiss, I think 2 or 3 days, Nicki comes with a song called Bigfoot.
Bigfoot. And I mean, that's obviously Megan Thee Stallion's a lot. I mean, she's very tall. You know, she's
Yeah.
almost 6 foot.
And it's a reference to her getting shot in the foot by Tory Lanez. And
God.
yeah, and it's not subtle. It's not, it could be. She says Megan many, many times in the song. Like Nicki's very clear this is a diss track at Megan Thee Stallion.
I'm going to read. I'm not going to try to attempt to rap. I'm just going to read
some
some.
flow. Give us some bars.
Bigfoot, but you still a small fry, swearing on your dead mother when you lie. This lil begging whore talking about Megan's Law. For a free beat, you could hit Megan raw.
Wow.
Bad bitch, she like 6 foot. I call her Bigfoot. The bitch fell off. I said, get up on your good foot. Fuck you, get shot with no scar. This little piggy toxic. Someone adopt it.
I'm going to go drop some beats under that and just see if I can make that even have a flow. Yeah, and the thing to me, like, the shot at Megan Thee Stallion's mom, her mom Holly, died in 2019 from a brain tumor. I saw online some of the Barbs, Nicki's fans, posted the location of Megan's mother's grave. And said, you know what to do.
That is sick.
Like we're crossing some lines here.
Big time lines.
You know, these are, I mean, both pretty good songs, and they both came really hard. If it stays as just diss tracks and there's some sort of element of that fun to it, is cool. But yeah, I'm old school. I think of like when Tupac and Biggie did their diss tracks, that wound up in people getting killed.
Right.
Like the temperature's getting a little hot.
Yes.
Maybe cool it down a little bit.
This does seem as like angry rap diss song as I've seen in I don't know how long.
And Nicki said I think she's got like 4 more songs against Megan ready to go if she needs to. She's like, so if you want to come at me again, I'm going to destroy you.
But I mean, if I was Megan and like, I'd come at Nicki Minaj is like nearly #1 female rapper, is she?
Yeah, everybody. That's the thing. Every couple of years, you see somebody new coming after Nicki's crown. And Megan, this is going to be her biggest hit as a lead artist since Savage.
Right, and
Yeah.
and this will help it though. This beat
Yeah,
will help
it's
it.
going to debut in the top 10, and now Nicki's song is just going to give it more attention. Because if you listen to Nicki's song, well, you got to go listen to Megan's.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, usually I'm just so cynical and just like, okay, well, listen, guys, you won. But this time I think like these girls hate each other.
oh, they really do. This is not for show.
How did Nicki just have her song ready to go like a day or two after she got dissed?
She just cranked it out.
You think she just cranked it out?
Yeah, Nicki's very fast. She can bust a rhyme.
Nice. Okay, almost news. Almost made the cut, didn't quite. So we got it in almost news segment. Yeah, these stories are like not really stuff that TMZ would normally. But Sharon Stone and Drew Barrymore are both saying they're using dating apps.
Why can't they find love?
Oh, exactly. Well, I don't understand why these really famous celebrity women can't find love another route. Sharon said that she's on Tinder. She's about to turn 66. She's on Tinder searching, and she's like putting out a beacon saying, hey guys, I'm on Tinder, and I really want to find love this year. She's saying, I really want to find love this year. This is where you find me.
And she's not found love. She's found, she said so far, a convicted felon and a guy that she said was, quote, clearly 20,000 heroin injections later than the picture he sent me.
Wow.
So I think most people's experience with online dating, right?
Exactly. And I mean, Drew Barrymore the same. This guy on my app said he was the quarterback for the Los Angeles Rams. But he wasn't. So I wrote to him and I was like, oh my God, I went to the first practice game. I was so frustrated being a girl from Los Angeles who loves football. Okay, I don't know what that means. Yeah. So I'm surprised that, you know, these women are resorting to...
Right, like if Drew Barrymore wants to talk to the quarterback for the Rams, she can do that.
Yes.
She's Drew Barrymore.
Yeah, and also Matthew Stafford, I think he's happily married and very religious. So
well, it might not have been him. Maybe it was somebody.
Somebody, yeah, Jared Goff at the time, maybe.
But still, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it's like, oh, these guys presented themselves as this. Well, you are famous people. You can get to whatever you want to.
And people probably see you on the app and think that you're catfishing them. Like, why would Drew Barrymore need to be on an app?
Right. Yeah, if I was scrolling and see Sharon Stone, I'm like, yeah, right.
So what's your advice if it's not online dating and you were Sharon Stone? Where do you meet a nice fella?
I don't know. And like you said, she's in her 60s, which it gets harder to. I mean, she can't go like out to bars and hang out, or
like bingo lounges or something.
Go to bingo. Oh, she's not quite that old. I don't know. Maybe that's why they're on online dating.
Yeah, I mean,
because she's too famous to just
go out.
Yeah,
and I think you just meet from friends of friends, don't you? It's usually like that. But I mean, when online dating first started, it was kind of like, oh, are you really doing that? Right. Oh, it's all about sex. And then we kind of evolved like, okay, a lot of people get married that way. And maybe like our thinking is evolving even of seniors that can find love that way.
There's got to be dating apps for seniors, right?
Yeah, there's like a grey Tinder or something like that.
If there's not, we should come up with that.
Yeah, that's silver
a lot of money.
Boxes, you know, like it could be like, I'm sure it exists, but it just
gotta exist.
It's interesting that these like famous women are doing this, and it's makes a lot of people probably out there download a Tinder and see if they can get some Sharon Stone basic instinct.
But it's got to be, you know, also some people got to feel okay if you're struggling with dating like online. Like even some of the most famous women in the world can't find real guys on there. So
yeah,
it's not you.
It's not you, exactly. All right, Eric. Well, thanks for joining me, mate.
All right, it's always fun.
And we'll see you guys here tomorrow. Goodbye.